Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to learn about brumation with Marie Walton from Johnny Appleseed. Welcome, Marie.
Thank you so much, Chris.
All right, so brumation, I don't even know what that is. Explain.
So last time I was here, we talked about ways that animals sleep through the winter. And there are 3 ways that vertebrate animals, so mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish, are able to sleep through the winter. There's different types, and we talked about hibernation and torpor. So hibernation is like a long winter sleep where animals store fat and then they burn through that fat while they're sleeping, and it's a solid sleep all winter long. And then torpor is kind of like little mini hibernation power naps. And the final way that animals are able to sleep through the winter, so this is going to be the way reptiles and amphibians do it, is called brumation. And it's very different from hibernation because they're not going to be really storing fat to burn through. So animals that brumate are going to be reptiles and amphibians, so things like snakes, frogs, toads, and turtles. And I've brought some example animals today. And with brumation, their metabolism slows down a lot. The cold and the shorter days kind of triggers that in their bodies, and they're actually going to stop eating in the fall. So instead of trying to fatten up, they're going to stop eating entirely as their metabolism and body slows down. And actually, if they tried to eat, the food would rot in their bodies before they even had a chance to digest it. So they can't eat anything at all. And since they're moving so slowly, a slow-moving reptile or amphibian would be a great snack for an animal that's not sleeping the winter away, like a fox or a coyote. So they have to find a place to hide until the light comes back and the warmth comes back and their metabolism picks back up again. So something like a spotted salamander, which I have one right in here. I've brought one today. It's actually our state amphibian and a really beautiful animal with its beautiful yellow spots. This animal is going to be brumating the winter away underground. So they're also called mole salamanders. They're going to bury themselves about 2 feet underground, and they won't come back up again until spring when it gets warmed up. And you can see my salamander there is trying to bury herself under some moss right now.
Right there.
Now, turtles are going to do something different, and I brought a little musk turtle with me today. This is one of our Ohio turtles. They are going to go into a pond to last through the winter. So ponds have ice on the top, but generally a deep enough pond, the water underneath doesn't freeze, so that'll help keep their bodies from freezing. They're going to go deep underwater and then even bury themselves into the mud. And they're going to be breathing very slowly as well. So they can't come up for a breath of air if there's ice on the top of the pond. So they're going to be breathing in different ways. And children love to tell me this fun fact from Frozen 2, which is that some turtles breathe through their butts. And that is true. Something like a common snapping turtle in the wintertime when it's brumating is going to be breathing underwater through its cloaca, which is functionally its butt, and it's called cloacal respiration. But something like a musk turtle, like this girl here, she's going to be breathing a little bit differently while she is brumating underwater. She would open her mouth, and their tongues actually have little pores, and they can do gas exchange with the water through the pores in their tongue. So even though they're both types of turtles, they are breathing in totally different ways. There's lots of ways to be alive. And then, of course, when spring comes and it gets warmer and lighter for longer, that will signal to these brumating animals that their metabolism can pick back up again, and they'll be doing all the things that we know and love, like sitting on logs by our ponds in the parks, or the frogs will be jumping back off the edges of the ponds again. So
very interesting. Well, I don't think Margaret the musk turtle is slowing down at all for winter. She's ready to go.
No, that's true. In the meek, they stay pretty warm all winter long. So
yeah, she's pretty happy and healthy, isn't she?
Yes, very.
That's interesting. I didn't even know we had a state salamander as well. So I learned learning all new things today. So thank you, Marie, for coming in and just educating us all about these wonderful creatures. All right. Well, don't go away because we'll have more when we return.